Welcome back to Night and Day TV with Chris and Michelle. I'm now joined by Maeve, the woman behind Sugar and Scribe, a great Irish-inspired bakery now open in Pacific Beach.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Look at this great spread that you brought for us.
I had a little bit of an issue this morning. I was like, I love everything, so I brought like a ton of stuff.
No cookie left behind.
No, definitely not. The theory of like the kitchen sink, we're like very close.
Before we get to taste these goodies, tell me about kind of the story behind your bakery and how your family is really involved in the story.
Yeah, I think that it really did start with my great-grandmother, Kitty, passing on her love of food and being fresh and just like doing everything from scratch to my grandmother, who actually ended up in England and was a chef to a barrister for George VI. So, I mean, you know, I'm just one affair away from being royalty. I was so close. But that's so okay. Funny. And then my mother is the oldest of 9.
Oh, wow.
So whenever you're growing up in rural Ireland and there's 9 of you, like you have to be really good and you have to know how to like gather things and make things and be crafty and make it delicious. And my mother would tell me about how Christmas dinner, you know, they would have like a big loaf of bread and how it was so special, and like a fresh pie that Granny went out and got all the berries for. And when I went to Ireland, that's what I did with my grandmother. We'd pick the berries, we'd make the dough, and you can still see like all the crumbled bits of butter and everything on my fingers. And I think that in the end, like,
I'm like drooling right now. That sounds delicious.
My childhood was so based on food and love and eating that I was like, I just want to do it all the time.
The tradition.
Yeah, like. And
so did you grow up in Ireland, or were you born here?
I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. And all of my mother's brothers and sisters and all of my cousins, they still live in Ireland. So I'd spend my summers there and my Christmases there.
Oh, fun.
So I felt like I really got to be an only child from America, but I got all the benefits of having a huge Irish family.
So are you going back soon for summer?
Yeah, I think, you know, I try to get there once every year. My husband and I were just there in January, and I have a cousin getting married soon in July, so fingers crossed.
A family that big, I have a lot of cousins and a lot of things going on over there.
Oh yeah, and you know Irish people, they're breeders.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So somebody's always having babies.
So what did you bring for us today to taste?
I did bring a few of my absolute favorites, so we'll narrow in on those. And this is my mother's poppy seed cake. Ooh. And it's made with almonds and not lemon. And it has a cinnamon sugar crust on it.
Is that like an Irish tradition to not have the lemon?
I think that Irish do tend to focus more on almonds than they do on the citruses, simply because they don't really grow citrus plants. So that's one thing that I love.
Whatever you have, work with that.
Yeah, and we make them in these fun little buns, which I can show you.
Oh, cute.
They're little men, and they're really, really soft.
All sugar on top too.
Yeah, and it just kind of crumbles off. And I love the fact that, like, I know that people at home won't be able to see this, but it's so soft. Like it'll feel like air. Like it won't be like, I think Irish cakes, I think they are dense, but there's a lightness to them. So it is different than like an American coffee cake where you have like cream cheese and so on.
Yeah, you're right.
This is a lot of buttermilk in it.
Love it.
Then we have homemade marshmallows.
Oh my gosh, stop it.
Yeah, and marshmallows are a huge part.
Those are homemade marshmallows?
Homemade marshmallows. And I just like to, I just get in there and I rip at mine in front of the TV. And my husband Andrew is always watching me like, have I not eaten enough sweets all day? I mean, I just love them. I like little
So how do you make homemade marshmallows?
Well, the best is to get really good gelatin.
That's really good.
Right, it's a very different experience.
Yeah.
There's more flavor to it.
Yeah.
So you get your gelatin and you soak it in water, just room temperature. That part's not complicated. The complicated part is melting down sugar, corn syrup, the flavor you use, and I say like use great flavors. Like we use a Madagascar bourbon vanilla. Really great.
I love that.
And then you slowly bring it to a boil, and then you pour it into the gelatin combination, and you just beat like wildfire, and you just get right on it. And
go to town.
Yeah, and as soon as it looks like a frothy cloud of love, you stop. I know, this is how I talk all day long. And I live life in adjectives.
That's so cool.
You pour it over a sheet pan that you just have, like, for us, I use these like little opal sugars, so everything looks like glittery.
Tell me real quick, we're almost out of time here, where to find your bakery in PB to get the frothy cloud of love. Where can we find it?
We're on Garnett Avenue, between Gresham and Haynes, 2 doors down from Goodwill. I think that's probably the easiest way to find us. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much,
Thanks, Michelle,
Maeve.
for
You're
having
so much
me.
fun.
I really enjoyed this.
Sugar and Scribe in PB. Check it out. So delicious. Thank you, Maeve.
Thank you.
Border of golden dawn, eastern rising sun, boxer